Hello and welcome back. My name is Joel Elliott and I am the Senior Property Manager here at EW Capital Management. Today I wanted to chat with you a little bit about security deposits and how they should be handled here in the Atlanta market. Security deposits in some cases become a very sensitive situation. Of course, the security deposit really doesn't come into play until after the tenant vacates the unit and there's an assessment of the unit to see if there were any damages that were actually done to the property. One of the most important things that landlords have to understand is that the security deposit does not belong to them. It actually belongs to the tenant. Therefore, there are some simple rules that you should follow when you have a professional manager in place. Number one, the security deposit should always be held in escrow with the property manager because they account for those funds as a requirement for the licensing here in the state of Georgia. That way, those funds are separated and kept into an escrow account labeled specifically for that tenant to make sure that those funds are available when the time comes for the tenant to vacate if they are eligible to receive a refund of their security deposit. Number two, make sure that they're in a separate escrow account and the escrow account is listed on the lease agreement at what bank that the account is located at. The tenant always has the right to be able to question where their funds are being held, and you want to make sure you disclose that information to be in compliance. One little tidbit, if you own more than 10 units, you are, even if you don't have a professional manager, you are obligated to put those funds in a separate escrow account just as a real estate professional. Number three, if the security deposit is not returned in a timely manner, meaning 30 days in Georgia, if you're using a professional manager, you yourself can be liable for up to 3 times the amount of the deposit. One of the ways you can avoid that is making sure you're using a professional company that knows all of the steps in the process in order to go through to make sure that you're protected and we don't run into those areas. So again, when you're thinking about it and you're looking at security deposits in Georgia, make sure you remember, number one, the deposit belongs to the tenant and you're simply holding on to it to make sure that there's no damage to the property and that you'll refund it in the state required amount of time. Number two, make sure that you list it on that lease agreement where those funds are being held, just in case the tenant ever decides that they want to question that. And number three, make sure that you return it in the state required amount of time, meaning 30 days, so that you're not held liable for up to 3 times that deposit amount if you're using a professional manager. As always, if you have any questions about our security deposit procedures, feel free to reach out and visit us or to take a look at the Georgia Landlord Tenant Act, which gives you a little bit more information about it as well. As always, thanks so much for watching and we look forward to speaking with you soon.